but that's our main product line, right? You guys have seen the stories, the documented stories over the last 10 years of people who, from all walks of life, from different backgrounds, from working in corporate America, from being a stay-at-home mom, just different people. And now we have recently launched our weight loss system, and we've never been a weight loss company. This is something that's new to us as a company that we are now a part of. And this new elite system is arguably the strongest weight loss system in the last 50 years. And that's going to say a lot about, health and wellness as a whole. And, these are real life experiences. And with elite coming to the industry, it's just great. It's an exciting time to be a thriver, to be in the community. And I'm going to ask Michelle some questions, and we're going to take it back and forth like interview style. But tonight, Michelle, I want you to share a little bit of how you found Thrive, how you came across it, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, great. So I told you before, back I had done it in 2018, and I don't know how long I did it for, not very long, because it just wasn't the season for me, but I liked it and I enjoyed it. And life went on. And in 2019, my dad got sick, so I had to move in with my parents. And so I started seeing you on Facebook. But you don't probably know this, but I knew you through my daughter, because one time back in high school, she gave you a ride home. And she's like, do you know her stuff? And I guess probably seen you on MySpace back then. But I remembered you, and I'm like, okay. So I kept watching her, and she proved me wrong, because I had been in different network marketings before. And I always said, I don't have the right, clientele. I don't have the right people, because, I've worked for McDonald's, for 20 years. People at McDonald's can't afford this stuff. And I'm thinking, if she can do it, anybody can do it. So she proved me wrong. So I'm like, I had tried a couple of different other plans, and I just didn't feel like they were doing anything for me. I wasn't getting the energy, I wanted from it. And I thought, well, I enjoyed LaVale, and it's simple. It's very easy to do. I did the ketones drinks, and it was complicated. I don't know. I just didn't feel, So anyway, so I started as a customer, and I just kept watching her, and I'm thinking, there's got to be another way. I'm not getting any younger, and I can't work at McDonald's the rest of my life, because my body's not going to let me any much longer. And so I thought, why not try it again? I mean, I don't, if I become a millionaire, great. If I don't, as long as I make just enough to survive, I'll be happy.
Yes, I remember your daughter, Madison. I know her so well. And yeah, like it's funny because when you see your locals, people you've met in real life thriving and really doing network marketing and seeing things happen for them, it's like, well, maybe I should give it a shot. And I think that goes a long way for a lot of people who count themselves out. But that's so cool that you have been, you had tried other things, ketones, other products. And that's the thing about Thrive is that it's for any lifestyle overall. It's the things you're missing to fill your nutritional gaps, because we all have them. We all have deficiencies. And that's why it was formulated. So with Elite, this is for anybody that's ready to lose weight, like get rid of the holiday pounds. It's after the holidays, we're in the new year, and you're ready to, shred that weight off. It's like, it's go time, and I want to talk about your experience with, what's the difference? Because you started on the classic and then you went to the elite. So kind of share a little bit about the differences.
I started on the classic, and I liked it. But like you said, I still, I really wanted something for the weight loss, which, it has the weight management, but, it's not really, for that exactly. But it does help. And you do time, you do lose, I think, in inches, more than weight. And so then when weight came, I'm like, I'm jumping on this because I'm going to try it and see. And so I think I've been, it's going to be 3 weeks Friday. And the last time I weighed, I lost 7 pounds. And of course, even, of course, the classic I had, how long have I been on it? A couple months before. And I probably lost more. But the big thing was my daughter came over the other day, and she's like, how much weight have you lost? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I said, why? Can you tell? She's like, yeah, because your butt's not as big. I'm like, okay, I'll take it.
Love it. I love it so much. And our family and our friends and our loved ones see it before we do. But
Mhm.
7 pounds, like I think you've been on a leak for a few days, for a couple weeks,
3 weeks,
and that
about be
it
3 weeks Friday.
Friday, 3 weeks
Yeah.
Friday, 7 pounds. That's great. Like and overall, like do you feel like what were some of the things that you felt in the first few days?
Oh, the appetite for suppressant. I mean, I didn't, I wasn't hungry. I didn't, feel like I needed to eat because sometimes, in the afternoon you're starving to death. And I'm like, I'd come home. Of course, I always call my mom every afternoon, what are we going to eat tonight? What are we going to have? And I'm just like, I'm going home thinking, I'm not really that hungry. I'm like, I don't know what I want to eat because I wasn't hungry. So I'd come on home. Of course, and, later on I'd get hungry, about, 6, 7 o'clock though. I'd fix me a little something small and go on. And we talked too about the cravings, the sweets. I don't, I always love, some milk and cookies in the evenings, a nice good cold glass of milk. And I look at them now and I'm just like, nah, I don't think so. They're not appetizing. They just don't look appetizing to me anymore. It's amazing.
That is so funny you say that because a couple, I've heard a few people share that, they don't really feel the urge to reach for the sweets or it doesn't look appeasing to
Yeah,
them. And it's really all mental too. So when you're thriving and you're in your element and you feel good, it's like you want to make those good positive changes, like drinking my
absolutely.
water. That was the smallest change I made, and it made such a change. But I would have never done that if I hadn't been thriving. So
All right.
it's those things that those small little things you notice. Um, is there any changes like in like your mental space or anything like with the
My
energy and
energy level. Oh my gosh. It's like, I get up, usually when I'm working, I'll get up around 7 or so and get, watch TV a little while. But now on my days off, I'm waking up and I'm like, why am I not waking up so early? But I go ahead and get up. I go ahead and get my day started, take my pills and start to get going. And next thing I look around, I'm like, I just folded 2 loads of laundry. Where did that come from?
oh, I love it. I love it. So, with, the energy, is it all day? Do you feel like, maybe you
Pretty
need to
much
pick
all
me up?
day. Pretty much
Y-
all day. Of course, like I said, I work for McDonald's, so I can't take the time to slow down. I got to keep
Yes,
going. So,
it's a busy job. Yes, it is.
mhm.
So I've also seen a couple people cutting their DFTs and just wearing a half. Are you wearing the whole
I'm
DFT?
working the whole thing.
Yeah, that's awesome, Michelle. Okay, okay. Now, my last question is your favorite part of the elite experience? We're in a significant part through your day or through this experience that stood out to you.
Just the energy level more than anything. Of course, the appetite's present because I like to eat. I'm a meat and potato girl, and so I like to eat, and so it's making me not want to pig out or eat stuff that I don't want to eat or I shouldn't eat, and then I don't think about it. It's just I just go on about my day, and like I said, I look at the pics. It's like no, I don't think so, and I'll just go on. But I also noticed, like you said, the water. You have to drink the water for sure because it's got the ketones in it, and they do recommend when you do ketones, even on the ketones diet, to drink electrolytes. So I've got ordered the thirst, so I'm hoping to see if that'll help a little bit with that too. So
I love thirst. I just got me a box. It's
yeah,
incredible when I start my detox. But with the shake, is there anything like the taste or the texture that's different?
I actually like the taste better myself. And of course, we've talked about this before. I have a love-hate relationship with shakes because it messes with my stomach sometimes. And I was doing the balance with it, and like you said, both of them has probiotics. So I left off the balance for a while to see. And I keep drinking milk, doing it with milk, and usually, said try it with water. But I just like the consistency of the milk. They make it more thicker. It's more like a milkshake to me. So I'm working on it. I have my good days and bad days.
I love it. You got to play around with the shakes, if you want to do it
Absolutely.
with water, milk, almond milk, skim milk, like
Yeah.
yeah, because I know you had the double take about
Right.
probiotics with the
Right.
balance at night, which can really mess your stomach up. And some people can do both. Some people can just
Yeah.
do one or the other. And I think that the elite shakes are very different in the way of like the added ingredients they've added on to what they've done with the ketones and things they've added in, because it's just like the three steps, the same ingredients. They've just added on to what they've already formulated. So I think
Right.
that's really cool how you had that switch in your shakes and your stomach doesn't bother you anymore. And you're good. And I don't know, guys, I'm so excited for you all to hop on and take the time out of your night to come together and hear about her experience because, like I said, Michelle had tried other things and she became a thriver and now she's a promoter. And, when you are skeptical, like, no, that's totally normal and it's okay to feel that way. And we're here for those questions. And I did want to kind of close out with questions if you have any, if you want to just unmute or type them in the chat, I'd love to answer, or we could just end it, whatever you guys would like to do. But like I said, guys, this is the same 3 steps as we've always had, just with added ingredients, and it's a supercharge of the vitamins and nutrition and minerals and everything that's already in our classic. And I think that's what makes it so, just an addition to what we have. And they are the same price as what promoter packs are the same, but with the new elite pricing, they're $20 more than the classic price. So we're just seeing, we're doing little trials in the company this month, and we're just kind of seeing what works with the promotions they're rolling out, see how it works with different teams and different strategies they're using. And Miami is next month, and convention is in April, and there's just a lot of exciting things going on. And it's just fun to be partnered and be a part of this. And I don't see any questions in the chat, but I appreciate each of you for hopping on and sharing your experience, Michelle. We will come together again, maybe this time next month, and share more experiences. But thank you guys for
Thank
hopping
you.
on, and I hope you guys have a good night. Bye,
Thanks.
guys.
Thanks.